Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician, and activist. In this audio and video, we're going to be sharing a message for Christopher Rose motivations. I've been sharing Christopher Rose motivations to inspire humanity to learn about Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha. I've been sharing Christopher Rose motivations to inspire humanity to learn about faith, spirituality, and religion. I've been sharing Christopher Rose motivations to inspire humanity to learn about spiritual change. And I've been sharing Christopher Rose motivations to inspire humanity to be motivated towards helping other people, giving back, making a difference. Now, within this message, we've got a very specific message that I want to talk about today. And this video is called, an audio is called, Your Spiritual Fate is in Your Hands. Now, in life, we all have a fate, right? This is where, as human beings, we are born into life, then we live our life, and then we basically experience death and pass away. Now, your fate is what makes you who you are as a human being, what you're basically spiritually called to do while you're on earth, right? So, Jehovah, Jesus Christ, and Buddha has a spiritual fate for you, a destiny that they want you to fulfill while you're alive, right? So, as a human being, this is very important to discover. Now, your spiritual fate is within your hands. You are the person that can create the life you want to live and live the life of your dreams and desires. So, your spiritual fate is within your hands. Now, you've got to focus on what's very important to you in life. What are the things that motivate you, inspire you, keep you motivated, keep you enthusiastic, and keep you driven? When you focus on what's very important to you and what's valuable to you and what's meaningful to you, then you'll be actually working towards your spiritual fate of your life. Now, life is very short. We have birth, life, death, and life is always moving into the future. So each human being is moving into the future, right? How you live your life on earth really matters, and what you do day to day really matters. Are you focusing on your dreams and desires? Are you becoming the person you want to be? Are you living the life you want to live? Are you doing spiritual contributions that are very important to you? Now, I've always said within my audios and my videos and my messages, it's so important to find your spiritual faith in helping other people, giving back, and making a difference. This is just an encouragement and a motivation. Now, your spiritual faith is so important in life. This is what makes you who you are as a human being. Discovering your spiritual life purpose, your spiritual calling, and your spiritual divine assignment. Now, Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha has something they want you to do and fulfill, right? So it's so important to find that spirituality, that faith and religion within your life. Now, your spiritual faith is what's going to make you who you are as a human being, becoming who you need to be within the world. Now, for me, for example, my spiritual faith, it comes in different ways, but I've actually learned this within my life through mistakes, through failures, through successes, and through challenges that I've been through, right? So I know deep down for my spiritual faith, I'm meant to be an author, a musician, an evangelist, an activist, and motivational speaker. Those are the main parts of my spiritual faith. All my life is focused on those areas: author, musician, evangelist, activist, and motivational speaker. And that's what I'm focusing my life on, right? That is my spiritual faith. So whatever I do with my spiritual faith has to align with what my purpose is, what I'm called to do, what is very important to me. Now, for you, all human beings have that spiritual faith. Sometimes it can come from suffering, pain, and adversity. Sometimes it can come from breakups and divorces. Sometimes it can come from just experiencing life experiences. But your spiritual faith is what makes you who you are. So you have to discover that. That's so important to find it within your life. And this is why your fate is in your hands. If you want your dreams and desires and goals and motivations and aspirations and achievements to come true, you must live in alignment with your spiritual faith. Your spiritual faith is what makes your life what it is, who you're going to become, what you're gonna do, how you're gonna live, how you're gonna treat others, how you're gonna respect yourself, how you're gonna treat your family, how you're gonna look after your children. So your spiritual fate is so important. So it's so important in life to find that. And remember, your spiritual fate is within your hands. So Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha has given us life, right? And because we've been given life, we have a certain spiritual calling, spiritual life purpose, spiritual assignment to do while we're alive. Now, it's so important to follow that, no matter what you're experiencing, what you're going through. If you're going through suffering, pain, adversity, difficulties, challenges, or situations, focus on what your spiritual fate is. Now, this is when it becomes motivational. When you have a spiritual fate, you're very motivated towards moving forward. Most things in your life will be focused on helping other people, helping humanity, helping the animals, helping the universe, and making the world into a better place. So your spiritual fate is always going to be making spiritual contributions within society, life, and within the world. So once you discover your spiritual fate, this is when you live your spiritual life purpose, your spiritual calling, and your spiritual divine assignment. Now, Jehovah and Jesus Christ and Buddha is calling us to do things. We all have different skills, different abilities, different uniques and techniques, and also different ways of how we can use our skills and our gifts and our creativity and our positivity. So it's so important with your spiritual fate, it's actually within your hands. Anything you want to create, anything you want to do, anything you want to be, how you want to live, how you want to treat other people, how you want to help other people, and how you want to live your life, it's basically within your hands. You are the author of your life. Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha has given us life, but you are the author of your life. So every day should matter. You should be doing things every day to move you forward in what's very important to you. Now, for me, in my life, just as an example, helping other people, music, and faith is very important to me. So I focus my life in those three areas, helping other people, music, and faith. Now, for someone else, it could be different. It could be family, partner, spouse, children, business, career, volunteering, employment, jobs, opportunities. It could be social or friendships and relationships. So your spiritual fate is within your hands, and you're the one that can create the life you want to live. Each human being has the opportunity to create the life they want to live. The future is created by your spiritual actions you do day to day. If you want to live your spiritual fate of what you're really called to do in life, that has to align with your morals, your values, and beliefs and principles. So everything that you're doing within your life has to align. The way you live, the way you treat others, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat your family, the way you treat your friends, the way you treat your neighbors, the way you treat your colleagues, the way you treat your managers, the way you treat other people, the way you treat the animals, the way you treat the universe, and how you live your life. So your spiritual fate is within your hands. So if you want something in life, you want to become something in life, if you want to do something in life, it's in your hands and you do have the opportunity to create it. Now, focus on this very important thing will be very beneficial. Helping other people, giving back, making a difference. If you focus your spiritual fate on helping other people, giving back, making a difference, you will actually do the 5 levels of helping other people, which is level 1, volunteering, level 2, jobs, careers, employment, level 3, business, entrepreneurship, level 4, faith and spiritual, level 5, spiritually helping other people, you helping other people. So the 5 levels of helping other people. But also with your spiritual faith, you need to discover your faith, spirituality, and religion. That's why you need to do the 5 spiritual practices: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journal. So by doing the 5 spiritual practices, the 5 levels of helping other people, learning your spiritual life purpose, your spiritual calling, your spiritual divine assignment, and learning who you are as a human being, your gifts, your skills, your talents, your qualities, and your attributes. This is how you live your spiritual fate, and you can actually align all your actions that you do in your life to your spiritual fate. Your fate has already been given to you by Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha. All human beings have a fate. The spiritual fate is what connects you and aligns you to Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha. So your fate is already there. You just have to discover it and tap into it and find it. Now focus your life on what's very important to you. Focus on what can you do that's very, very important to you. What is the most important things in your life that you want to do? Who do you want to become? How do you want to live? What do you want to do for your family and your loved ones? What do you want to do for your children if you have children? How do you want to live your life? If you focus on what's very, very important to you, all the things that are important to you, in life, life is very precious and life is very short. So we need to focus on what's very important to us. Start walking and going down your spiritual faith, and you'll see things along your journey in life. Your spiritual life experiences will show you things along your journey. And your spiritual life purpose, your spiritual calling, your spiritual divine assignment will actually help you to continue to move forward. Now, life is about moving forward, going forward. Your spiritual fate is within your hands, and you can become anything you want to be. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. The dreams and the desires can become true and be fulfilled. We've got to follow that path, no matter how you're feeling, what's going on, you're suffering pain and adversities, or whatever you've been through. Focus on your spiritual faith. That will lead into doing the 5 levels of helping other people and the 5 spiritual practices. And by doing that, you'll be able to live the life you want to live. Live your spiritual legacy now, and just live the life on how you want to live your life, how you want to, provide for your family, your spouse, your children, or your partner. This is very, very important. So the message is your spiritual fate is in your hands. And if you focus on what's very important to you and really spend time focusing on what's very important to you, then you can align all your spiritual actions to your spiritual fate. This leads to good spiritual karma, good prosperity, good successes, riches, and achievements and accomplishments in your spiritual faith. In life, Jehovah has already created a path for you to follow, and all human beings have a path to follow. We've got to live the path, we've got to walk the path, we've got to do spiritual actions that align to what we're already been called to do. And all human beings have that in life. We just have to find it and discover it within ourselves. And remember, once you understand your spiritual faith, once you really understand the importance of it, your life will become a life of contributions, and you'll be helping other people in what they're going through, because life is about the contributions you do for others and the work you do for people and helping other people. So focus on finding your spiritual faith. Take your time. This isn't something that can be rushed. It's going to take time, learning, understanding, processing things, learning about yourself, learning about your personality, your characteristics, your behavior, your mentality, your personality, and just learning and understanding yourself. The more you learn and understand yourself, the more you can start to create your future. Now, your spiritual future is created by your spiritual actions that you do day to day. If you do mindful spiritual actions, you get spiritual karma, of good spiritual karma. If you do unmindful spiritual actions, you get bad spiritual karma. So you have to focus on what is your actions? What do you want to do? How do you want to live? What's important to you? How are you going to achieve what you want to achieve? How are you going to accomplish what you're going to accomplish? How do you want to live your life and support your family, your spouse, your children, your partner, or your loved ones? What do you want to give to the world? How do you want to live your spiritual legacy now? What impact, difference, and significance you want to make? And by focusing on your spiritual faith, which is always different for every individual, you can find who you really are. And then when you find who you really are, you discover the no self, selflessness, know thyself, and really discover spiritual truth, spiritual nature, spiritual energy. So I hope this message has helped somebody that wants to go on the journey of finding the spiritual faith. And spiritual faith has already been created by Jehovah for you to live. So all you have to do is follow it and pursue it and live it within your life. Um, If you want to watch my videos and my content, my videos are on YouTube. Christopher Lee and Rose Motivations. My podcast of Christopher Lee and Rose Motivations is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just type it in the search box and you can find it. But remember, your spiritual fate is in your hands. So the spiritual future is created by your spiritual actions that you do day to day. So focus on what's important to you. Focus on what you want to become, who you want to be. Focus on helping other people, giving back and making a difference if your spiritual fate aligns you to that part of living, and live your spiritual fate now and live your spiritual calling and live your spiritual life purpose and live your spiritual divine assignment. Okay, thank you for listening now. Have a good day and have a good evening now. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks.